welcome back to Boo2Books! A channel where we're trying desperately to finish 2019 with a bang! I have 2 days to make that happen, and I'm doing it. This is going to be my final and last video for 2019. And I have a little bit of everything planned. Let's see if it works out. First, I want to do a little backtrack of how this month has gone. December 2019 has not been my best for reading, mostly because the first 2 weeks I literally read 0 pages. Like, nada. Like, zero, which is 0, but in Spanish. Anyway, during my vacation in Florida, I actually read and finished Pryors War. And I have to say, it's like a 3.5, 3.7 to me. Not that great, but not awful at all. I still highly recommend this book. The only thing that really didn't capture me was everything between the action. Like, the action scenes or the things that happened between characters were so well written and so well, like, each character grew and each character did what it had to do because of itself, you know? It moved through the story. Everything else was just kind of blah. I don't know. It was like, how do I describe it? It was as if between each wave of action, the ocean was very, very still. That's how it kind of came off to me. Like, I think that's why it took me a while to read it, was because every time I hit that stilled ocean area, I was just like, do I want to read this book? But then I read the last page and I was like, oh, wait, there's something actually happening. So I spoiled it for myself, but then I read it. At the end, it worked out. I do still want to read the second book whenever that comes out. But yeah, I think that's why I liked it. I think I spoiled it for myself, so I wanted to actually find out what happens at the end. 3.7 out of 5. A good book. Not awful. Not amazing. But still a good book. Read it. If you've already read it, let me know. It is LGBT. Like, there is a LGBT couple being built out in this book, but it's not like the whole book, which I like. The story and the background and the history of the location of the world that it takes place in envelops what this book is about, which is amazing. That's something I really like, by the way. The build out of this world. I get it. I'm into it. I want it to be real, but also not, because humans die. Anyway, let's continue. I'm also in the middle of this book. I really badly want to finish this before the end of the year, which is 2 days. I mean, for you, it's today. I picked this book up randomly. It was not in my December TBR at all. I picked it up. I actually bought it this month, and that's because it reminded me, the way it's written and the premise of this book reminds me of, it's kind of a funny story, which is one of my all-time favorite books. It's such a personal love of mine that this book actually, reminded me of it. So that's why I picked it up. I'm really liking it. Its chapters are days, which I like because it passes time. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, I love it. I am like a quarter through, and it's not a hard read. Like, its letters are pretty big, Like, I should be able to finish this. I timed myself, and I'm actually way faster reader than I was before I started reading this year. So I'm proud of myself. I've grown a lot, but I've also not grown out of my laziness, which is the problem with this. That's what's happening in December. December was not my best reading month, but we're entering a new decade. We're entering a new year. A lot can change. And with change comes, growth. I don't know where I was going with that. This year, I really, really, really want to read more. And I've been reading a lot more than I've ever read before, but I still want to do more. I have an entire shelf. This entire shelf is unread books. My read books take up maybe one shelf downstairs. And those also includes, like, self-help books and all that stuff. No, this giant IKEA shelf is just unread books that I want to read. And I'm not just saying that because my husband has banned me from buying more books before I read this. This is like 90% of all the books I own. It's a lot of books that I haven't read. And I have 2 more boxes on my side. I have a problem. Anyway, I'm upping my GoodReads reading challenge to 24, which is double what I did this year, you know, because I'm still new to this thing. So I want to reach a goal and be like, wow, I did it. But my internal goal is 100 books, which I think I can do. I think I can succeed. I believe in myself, and I hope you all believe in me too. But yeah, that's my main 2020 goal. I just want to be able to reach it and say yes. But I also want to finish half the books I have. Because I have like anthologies here that I'm excited for. I love reading short stories. I just haven't read any because I'm lazy and I keep buying more books. So I read none of them because I'm dumb. What's happening in your lives? What's your 2020 goal for reading or for yourself? It doesn't have to be reading. I also want to get fit and work out more because I climb a set of stairs and I'm literally breathless. My cardio is to the ground. It does not exist. My cardio is just non-existent. But yeah, that's just me being sad. I also got a new kitten, but she's still getting like settled. But maybe I'll show her off in my next video or something once she's more comfortable with us. But her name is Lily and she's 12 weeks old, just like Tito. So we ended up getting a cat that's the same age as my other new kitten. So that's great. But yeah, I don't know. A lot is happening. A lot happened. Not a lot in my reading world, but a lot other ways. I'm 22 now. I'm 22. And I'm entering 2020 being 22. I just noticed that. Holy crap. That's hilarious. Alright, that's all I have for you guys. Maybe I'll record another video and give you 2 in one day. We'll see. Anyway, have a fabulous day. Have a great New Year's. And I will see you guys in the next decade. Bye!